And good evening, everyone. Welcome to Week 4 ESEA Invite. We're bringing to you tonight Hell's Kitchen versus Bring Back Turbine DM on Granary. Looks like we do have 12 in the server, so it should be starting pretty soon. Joining me in the cast tonight, Comanglia. Why don't you take us through one of the rosters, Comanglia, and introduce yourself?
Oh, we cannot forget our cameraman, Looster.
Ah, yes, the big Bluestone production.
Yes. And I will be going through Hell's Kitchen's roster. They'll have Sandblast and Pete on Scout. They'll have Trip and... Wait a minute. Hold up. I thought Pete was on Scout last time I watched him, but... Yeah, okay. Happy Cool or Phelps is going to be on Soldier with Marmaloo. Wait, hold on. What classes are these guys playing?
It looks like they're having a little bit of pre-game off-classing action.
Right.
But yeah, I think you're right. I think you have Pete on Scout with Sandblast, and that's for Hell's Kitchen. And then the teams aren't quite correct in server, so maybe that's what was tripping you up there.
All right, yeah. So Sandblast and Pete on Scout, Trip and Tojo on Soldier is what our match pace has listed, and Chunky on Demo and Daffodil on Medic.
All right, and looks like we're about to go live here, so quickly ringing you down Turbine's roster: Phantom on Medic, Dingo on Demo, Marmaloo, Roamer, Mason, Pocket, Max, and Happy Cool on Scout for them. Take us right into the first mid here. I always like watching the demos on Granary because it's so easy to hit people. I'm watching Dingo on the rollout. Looks like he's coming through the flank.
Oh no, going up top. Chunky cam. Like Chunky just got in here.
Yeah, Dingo way faster to mid. Gonna catch Chunky with a few stickies, peppering the scouts up top and Trip up top. Trip coming with the bomb. Looking like he's gonna get Dingo. He's actually gonna live with 26 HP. Sandblast picking up Marmaloo. Crowd's going back and forth there on this mid.
Oh, Max is getting in behind. He ends up dying. He got a shot into Daffodil. And didn't really make too much of a difference. They're kind of forgoing the cap at the moment. Now they're actually going to get on it. And did they have anyone forward? No, they don't have anyone forward at the second point to get any kind of contention in here. I feel like that might be a little bit of a mistake here, but it's not going to be a big deal because they're going to get into the second point and still probably be able to cap this anyway. Nope, they're actually hesitating here out in yard.
Yeah, Sandblast did a lot of work on that mid. Now they're finally coming through the flank into second. Gotta be careful here. Lots of angles someone could surprise you from, but CTF backed up pretty far. Looks like they will be able to take second if they're cautious getting into this upper area. They want to Uber in right away, though, coming in through upper. It's a solo onto Sandblast. He's not going to get anything. The sentry gun says no, sir, to him. They're just going to have to settle.
I didn't quite catch it there, but why did Daffodil pop? Like, was this actually their plan?
Yeah, it looked like they just wanted to come in up top, and they were totally blindsided by the sentry gun in the middle of last, and so that Uber just could not do anything because of it. Maybe a bit rushed. A lot of teams will do that. They'll push without really scoping out what's in front of them. Here's CTF looking to come upper. Get that fat Uber on Max. Straight onto Chunky. Can he pick up the kill?
Ooh. Nope, he does not. He's actually going to get cleaned up by Pete and Sandblast. Looks like Ash is probably about to go down here too. Yep, he goes down, and we have both teams are down 2 players. Marmaloo is up in lunchbox here and just trying to delay as much as he possibly can, while the rest of his team is spamming point. Marmaloo is actually flanking around here. Oh no, he's actually fighting Pete, and then he's... Wait, why did Hell's Kitchen pop Uber there? What's going on?
Yeah, and a little quick to the trigger there for Daffodil, it looks like. You have to take a good look at both of the medic gameplay here, as between these two medics, quite a few dropped Ubers in their first few weeks of matches. And last time I watched Phantom, I did notice he was very quick to the trigger with Ubering under any sort of pressure. So we'll see if that affects either of the teams here in this game, as Hell's Kitchen sets up to push last at their own pace.
Oh. Ash gets the force out of Phantom here, and I don't think they're going to pick up anyone other than Ash here. Tojo seems to be really weak right now, but he's going to get arrowed and be brought back up to health real quick here. Overall, though, I feel like both these teams are giving each other just a little bit too much respect at times.
Yeah, and they're respecting the map in that there's these small chokes everywhere on Granary where really one player can force you to Uber if you're trying to make your way through. So here now another ad for Daffodil, and we'll see what they do with it.
I'm kind of interested to see if Sandblast comes up here on an off class. Yeah, he's on Spy right now. Alright, is he actually going to be going out and Spy here? No, he's checking for off classes. And now he's back on Scout, and we do not have an off class on the field.
Looks like Hell's Kitchen deciding not enough of an ad to actually push off of here. Gonna let Phantom get his Uber. And, well, there's lots of locations you can stalemate on Granary, and coming into second is one of them. You're gonna have to find your way through the shutters or the elbow. So what do you think? What's the plan here for Sandblast and Hell's Kitchen? He looks like he wants to do something. He's hopping around leading the medic round.
I'm thinking we're looking for a bait here over in Garage, and they're actually pushing through Garage right now. I saw Pete was just kind of like standing there on the bottom of the stairs and just kind of waiting, and it didn't seem like anyone on CTF really knew, but Hell's Kitchen decided to push in there and push any chance of picking up a frag there.
Dingo's got that lower garage stickied as well, so no access through that route. They're trying to find a pick. Sandblast getting some good damage in the elbow onto, I believe that was Marmaloo there, but nothing coming of that. Looks like they're just feeling things out.
Yeah, it looks like we're just seeing a good old-fashioned stalemate here on Granary. We have a push coming through Z from Turbine here. They're going to push through Yard now, but they're not going to get anything for this. The Uber's already completely faded. Daffodil is probably going to be using here shortly. Yes, we do have a use here. And, wait a minute. Did I missee this? Like, am I getting, like, a bug here?
Yeah, I'm not sure what you,
No, I definitely saw an Uber go through Z on my screen.
Oh, either way, Uber's exchanged here, and the afterfight Phantom does go down. So we'll see if Sandblast and Chunky can do anything with this. Right now, they're just balled up, trying to keep their medic alive. Marm coming in with the sack here, not gonna get anything, and neither will Phelps. A bit of a half-hearted attempt there. Dingo trying to make his way out, does pick up a kill on the Sandblast, but will be cleaned up by Trip after the efforts. And well, it looks like Hell's Kitchen just gonna roll into second here with a big ad as well. They'll get a nice attempt into pushing
Phantom
last.
has no one to heal.
Yeah, he's just standing on last. They have an engineer, Max, getting the sentry gun. Now they finally gets the respawns. I don't think it's too much of a difference as the ad is fairly massive, but...
Alright, so we actually have the level 2 ready here. I don't think
Chunky getting dropped on the Uber. He dies to a charge shot from Marm. This Uber looks pretty stuffed.
We actually have an exchange going on here. Pete's actually in pretty deep. He does not actually pick up the frag he was looking for there. Dingo got away from it. But we are seeing some cap time from Hell's Kitchen, but they are playing this very ragtag, just going in and out, and now they're just getting completely out after losing a few players.
Pete came through the right shutter, around the spawn, the left shutter, and two-shot Phantom, and he went down. So no medic anymore for CTF. They're still trying to push out here with the numbers advantage, maybe get traps onto second and some pressure there, but they're not going to be able to cap it with no medic. And once again, big ad for Hell's Kitchen.
And we already have a sentry gun coming back up. And it's pretty much the same spot as before. Do we have any other off classes? We do not.
Nah, not with the full ad. They just look like they want to come right in. Sandblast and Trip, maybe left shutter again. Hopefully a little bit deeper before they get forced without losing Chunky. Let's see. Opting to go up top this time.
Yeah, I was about to say, looks like Turbine DM is opting not to hold this as close as they probably should to get an earlier force out, but it looks like that Uber was pretty well stuffed anyway, and now we kind of have, Phantom barely escaping that. He almost got an air shot on him, but, yep. Hell's Kitchen was able to get this last point anyway.
And they were able to get enough kills, and with this Granary point sort of sitting in the middle now. Remember, it used to actually sit all the way back by the staircase. A little bit harder to defend than it used to be, and the cap comes very quickly, so they were able to get that round while a lot of those Turbine members were alive. All right, here we go, second mid. Dingo once again getting there first up top. He's got a sticky on the health kit. 2 on the health kit, so that's out of orders for Chunky.
Yep, Chunky completely locked off from the health pack here. Met goes down. Oh.
That needs to be called. Oh my goodness.
I don't even know how that like was even missed by Daffodil. Like those stickies were out right there for plain sight.
All that's left are the scouts, Sandblast, and Pete, and they get cleaned up like it's nobody's business with the full health. And yeah, Turbine looking to roll this round maybe the whole way. You're gonna have full ad. You can catch people before they even respawn and get healthy on Granary if you go quickly, but I think they're gonna want to wait for their players here. Yeah, that was crazy. He had 3 stickies on that health kit, and Daffodil just waddled on and died. That was not good. Let's see if they can recover here. They do have that sentry gun up on last trip on the engineer.
Yeah, my STV is all kinds of bugged right now. Like, I see Phantom Ubered right now, but still also holding Uber. So, I'm not entirely sure what's going on with that for me. But it looks like they're opting to hold up top here, and I believe they just used in on the pipes. They're going in. They're actually getting a fair amount of damage onto the gun. They pushed everyone into spawn. They're getting all kinds of cap time.
Spot on with the call there, exactly. They got him in the spawn, and it's just a free cap. I like that they Ubered Dingo there and got him to sticky jump nice and deep and get that sentry real quick. But yeah, fortunately my STV is working fine with the Ubers, so I can at least see those correctly. Hopefully with a round reset, you'll be right as rain now.
All right, looks like Dingo got here first. Already, yeah, he's also locked off the health pack yet again. We already have the stickies there again. Are they going to make the same mistake? I really hope not.
Nah, he's dead this time.
All right, and looks like this is slowly going in favor of Hell's Kitchen here. With CTF having lost 2 players, 3 players now. Sandblast is chasing the demo out with Pete, and they are going to get mid off this and almost certainly second. They already have the soldiers on second, so.
And Sandblast fragging out so far. Here they've got everyone on second. Nobody lost for Hell's Kitchen. Let's see if they can roll this right in the last before the spawners come up, like I was saying. And they're not going to have the health to fight this. Still, they get the pick onto Tojo there.
Man, that was a major risk out of Sandblast. Honestly, I don't know why they would have done that, but it's working out for them so far right now. They're kind of guaranteed that there's not going to be a decent repush here. They actually pick up Max, and they trade out Pete for that, but... Oh. Man, my SCV's really bugged. Like, Happy Cool just literally teleported across from last to second for me.
Ubers are exchanged on the second here, both sides using it, and whoever gets backed up is probably going to have to concede this point. It looks like that's going to be CTF, as they only have it half cap, but now sort of creeping forward, they do want to feel their way out, and now finally deciding to settle on last and defend that. They have Phelps hopping on that engineer roll. On the other side, we got Pete on sniper. Comanglia, what's the sight line to go for here on last?
Typically speaking, most snipers tend to prefer to, well, go where Pete pretty much is and watch either directly there and hope somebody opens the door and somebody actually starts to like jump up over that little fence and headshot him there, or they're waiting for somebody like Dingo there to be standing roughly where he is and somebody to open the door there so he can get a shot on him.
And I like his sniper loadout. He's got the owl and a nice little red wig on here. He's looking to peek that left shutter, but he's not going to find anyone at that angle. Probably going to have to venture a little deeper unless he catches Dingo peeking.
Ooh, he had a shot there. And now Dingo's fully aware, and he's not going to go down to that, or at least he's going to try his best not to. Never know. We could have this nuttiest crack shot we've ever seen.
Yeah, most of these strong invite players know you give a sniper enough chances, they will eventually kill you. Dingo, surprising that he's still actually standing on the pillars there, gets out of the way. Pete looking to shift over to the right side. Maybe he'll take a deeper angle this time.
All right. Are we going to see... No, he's just kind of holding this here and slowly peeking out. I feel like this is a little bit too dangerous for Granary. This is not how you would want to play sniper peeking into this point, in my opinion. But, yep, CTF ends up jumping a lot of players into him right there. And they picked up frags just by baiting
What
their
is
sniper
going on?
from Hell's Kitchen.
They're gonna pick up 3 frags on the CTF. They're just gonna walk in now. The sentry won't be so impressive without 6 players to defend it. Lots of spam. Here's Tojo coming in from the balcony area. He takes out the gun. They're able to get in now. See if they force the issue. Here's the exchange. Pretty good solo Uber. He gets Phantom to flash 3 times. And let's see how these players file in. They're coming in on the right side.
Oh, Marmaloo is actually going in deep. Max is actually in on them too, but Marmaloo actually gets pushed away and killed by Sandblast. Max is going back in, but dies to the stickies of Chunky. Dingo is trying his best that he can with the pipes here, but it's probably not going to be enough here. He's actually single-deading at the moment, but he picks up Sandblast. This is quite an interesting scrappy fight here. Pete feigning the... Oh my god, he actually was able to jump over the fence because of the sticky. Oh, but Chunky gets caught in here.
That's got to be so frustrating for Hell's Kitchen, man. And that just shows you when you switch off, and Pete actually gets Phantom at the end of that by coming through the left shutter, picks up the kill onto the medic. That's going to stop CTF from being able to do too much here, although they will fight for the second point with no heals a little bit.
Def's just waiting to pop this Uber in here. I wonder, we don't see any off classes from Turbine right now, and they really need something big to come out here. That or they're just kind of hoping that Hell's Kitchen is going to be giving them a lot of space here. But looks like Happy Cool, aka Phelps, is on Sniper right now, and he's already going back to Spawn to trade back off the Scout. We have the Uber out here. We already have half cap, and yeah, there's no way Turbine was really going to be able to hold this.
Yeah, full Uber out and a clean entry. Sandblast just goes up and Flux Dingo, and then no resistance on the point afterwards. Whew. I was a little worried there for Hell's Kitchen with, well, let's just say Pete not exactly hitting too many shots on Sniper in that scenario, but he came up with a big one on Phantom after the fight, and they did end up getting the round. So here we go, 2-1 for Hell's Kitchen onto our 4th mid. And again, you see CTF taking that high ground and taking that early space, but the frags have come for the other side in Hell's Kitchen here. Sandblast getting hit with an early pill. He's going to stay back. Trip in the garage of CTF. Spamming. CTF looking to push the left side.
Yeah,
They do get Trip on the bomb.
I saw a giant bomb come out of Marmaloo, but he didn't actually get any rockets in, unfortunately. And now Turbine DM seems to be in chaos mode here because Hell's Kitchen is literally all around them. They've already popped Uber into him. Phantom pops at the very last moment. This is probably going to go in the way of Turbine DM here. They've pushed out all of Hell's Kitchen pretty much, and they have a scout and a soldier behind them. Ooh.
As long as they protect their medic here, this should be clean, and this should be a full Uber ad into the last as long as they take care of business.
I think
they are going to have to contend with these guys, though. Pete being real slippery here. Hiding behind that blue crate. He's going to find Phantom. Did he get the kill? He missed the first 2 shots. He had a chance, but he couldn't connect.
Alright, so now it all depends on Ash, who just goes down now, too. So Hell's Kitchen is here on last point with 2 players down. Turbine DM is going to be pushing into the second point from up top through the garage here. And we have a cap from Marmaloo. And are we going to have this Uber happen? No, they do not have Uber yet. They're around 80%. We have a gun coming up in a pretty interesting spot.
Yeah, you're right. They did throw it on the left side there. But it's still enough of an ad to push if he wants. Let's see if they actually go with it.
Yep, we have the upper Uber push here. The gun goes out pretty quickly. Pete's already backing out too. Hell's Kitchen does not seem to be putting any presence here other than Chunky, and Sandblast comes back out in the nick of time here. Chunky gets a lot of damage in. Now Sandblast and Tojo are cleaning everything up.
And everyone actually goes down except for Trip, left with about 80 health. He says, I am the sole survivor. If this were a battle royal, he would be the winner. Unfortunately, it is not. But he still gets second point for his team. Or does he actually? Phelps coming in to contest here.
What? I'm a little bit curious why he chose to do that. He took a big risk there going through Z. If the soldier just put like 1 rocket there, Phelps could have died basically immediately. And, well, that'd be a guaranteed loss to that.
Must have been that big brain of his. Probably figured the soldier would be looking towards the other shutter. And well, he managed to push them off. That and the respawns coming in a little later for Hell's Kitchen means they do have to back up, and they will have to defend their last here. Sandblast on the spy, though. Interesting. Deciding to defend last, perhaps with some unconventional strategies here. Sandblast looking for a pick.
Disguised as a team scout. Okay, he's going back. I'm not sure what exactly he was hoping to accomplish there, but he's back on scout. We have a bomb come in from Marmalou. He's all over Daffodil, but Daffodil barely takes any damage there. And Turbine DM loses 2 of their players. They're about to be pushed into, well, out a second here. Looks like Daffodil is opting to go lower here, and I'm not able to see too much right now because now suddenly half the players are invisible.
Yeah, they're Uber being used in the flank area there, and now Mason coming in at the end of his Uber is going to get the bomb onto Phantom, or sorry, Tojo is going to get the bomb on the Phantom and kill him in the flank area as well. Dingo low health coming out of Z, and it looks like the last players of CTF coming upstairs in the flank, seeing if they can force a little action here.
Looks like we have a Max spy.
Yeah, and Max respawning on spy. And Dingo able to actually get Hell's Kitchen off the point there, so they did get forward spawns, and they will be able to hold this. That was, it's been some chaotic fights here, and I definitely expected that going into this match, but yeah, chaotic fights on Granary second, they really get chaotic, because it's impossible to miss in some of those tight areas, and it's just a farming ground for soldiers.
Oh, looks like somebody mentioned that Max is on Dead Ringer, so he's not going to be able to cloak in.
What's the play here from Max?
Pretend to be one of his teammates and then die quickly, but I don't think anyone bought that on Hell's Kitchen. Yeah, I think Sandblast just ran back for him. Yep, and he goes down pretty quickly. Marmalou sacked in, dies, and we are looking to see more stalemate here, probably.
Maybe the spy play turning out how expected. He did get Sandblast to taunt him after the kill as Marmalou bombed in. That's one scout not protecting your medic. It's those big brain plays. That's why he ran Dead Ringer in the first place. Perhaps. And it totally wasn't just accidentally left on from when he was playing it in a pub or something.
Alright, so we have teams positioning themselves up top here for Hell's Kitchen, and currently, Turbine DM is literally holding on the second point here. I'm not sure exactly how either one of these teams is planning on breaking the stalemate here. Well, looks like Trip's on spy, but I think that was just an off-class check. And we actually have Phelps on sniper.
I was gonna say, I'm sure there'll be an off-class brought out in some form or another. This Granary last, a tough nut to crack without one. At least forcing some action with the peeking angles here. We'll see what Happy Cool can do. Coming in the right, taking a wide peek. I like that he's more bold. I think he got a headshot onto a scout there.
Alright, I am either seeing a pause or my STV has crashed.
We got a pause, it looks like. I'm assuming this is post-round, as that's usually when pauses are, but who knows, maybe not. Actually, a large number of projectiles flying through the air on my screen in this pause as well. I don't know if you guys have them, but we got a loose cannon pill, a few mid-air stickies on my screen at least.
Yeah, I believe those all got bounced back by Trip.
That would explain why there are both stickies and pills in mid-air at the same time. I thought maybe Dingo had discovered a power that I just didn't know existed on demo, but that is a better explanation. So Trip, looking pretty doomed here, right? If you're gonna give 3 people, I guess this isn't when the pause is though, so never mind. That makes no sense whatsoever.
Yeah, but this Uber is going to happen here. The heals are actually currently on Phelps. I'm pretty sure they're going to pop this early here at the moment. Oh, no, they're not. And the pause has ended. And I thought Phelps was actually going to take a lot more damage than he did. There's the Uber, and we are going to see Hell's Kitchen pop here any moment now. Okay, so Max runs in behind, making sure the rest of his team does not get dragged on here. And luckily, Phantom was able to back out. Oh no.
Lots of kills picked up by Sandblast and Pete here. maybe pushing a little too far, trying to come out, or looks like they're actually going to get everyone and pick up second here. It's a bold attempt to push out there.
My STV is breaking constantly here.
Oh, no. Another round reset for you, I guess. Yeah, I mean, both sides waiting for respawns here. Pete came up on Spy, and it looks like now he's going to sit in the yard area for CTF and feel things out. Pete actually opting not for staying on Spy here. I think with the frequency of off classes, there's just a lot of players checking every time they kind of respawn, and it's a stalemate. So that's why we've been seeing so many Spies for like a moment. Just constantly checking.
Yep, that definitely has been becoming more and more common as seasons progress and people are understanding that they can check that now. I'm a little bit surprised we don't see people just running full stock loadouts at this point more often, just so that way people can't tell. We actually have a small fight going on up here at the top of Lunchbox. Trip didn't even realize that the soldier had fallen down there. He probably could have got some serious damage in on Max there.
The entire CTF team upstairs in Lunchbox here. Ash saying no to Mason as he picks up the frag there, and the rest of CTF backs up as Marmlu also falling down. That's going to be no soldiers for them as they back quickly into yard. I think they should probably keep going backwards.
Oh, man. There was one beautiful moment that happened out in yard. Pete ran through the shuttered door, and Dingo just had like 8 stickies all across that, so he died immediately. Dingo was the only person not up in Lunchbox. Just waiting with that trap.
That's actually amazing. I missed that he went down to the trap there, but looks like Dingo now sticking in the point. Oh, bring up that space for CTF to take it. See if Ash is going to make a play here. He's bombing on the point. Finds nothing for his trouble. And it looks like that is indeed Ash. I saw someone in chat pointing it out that he is playing in place of Tojo tonight. I wasn't sure if that was just some alias nonsense, but indeed it is. Here's the Uber onto Max and Dingo. Lots of space.
Not seeing a whole lot of cap time here. Now we actually get some cap time, but it's a little bit too late at the moment. But there's looks like they're gonna get this cap, yeah.
Yep, no Uber for Daffodil there. And unfortunately not able to really cover the point, even though the start of it wasn't ideal. Looks like this is when the pause occurred here during the 2-2 tie. And with 5 minutes and 20 seconds remaining in the half at the start of this round, let's see if that's enough for one team to close out a lead here. Rounds have been pretty lengthy so far, back and forth, a lot of action on second and last.
Yeah, it looks like Chunky actually got to this mid slightly faster than Dingo this time. But he hasn't been charging up his stickies enough to actually get up there to where Dingo is. So Dingo didn't take any damage at all. But Dingo completely missed placed all those stickies on him. And we actually have a big bomb coming out here from Ash onto Phantom here. But Phantom surfs that rocket, gets away. Triple got above him. Sandblast is now chasing down everyone and cleaning them all up in the right garage. And we have the Uber from Daffodil. And now Turbine DM has completely wiped.
Yeah, and Daffodil did have to use his Uber there, so they won't have a big ad, but they might be able to roll it straight into last as they did maintain 4 players alive that entire time. Great bomb from Ash there. The distraction Trip came in right afterwards and got the cleanup onto at least 2. He had a lot of fat rockets on that mid. I didn't catch if he had more than 2 frags. And the Turbine, another sentry.
Yeah, it looks like Hell's Kitchen here has about 40 to 50 ad. So we might see a push come out here if they really want to try to play this aggressive. But we already have a sentry gun and a sniper coming out for Turbine DM. And looks like, yep, we are going to have this potential Uber push here, but they're being really cautious about it because they don't want to get anyone caught out here. Chunky jumps in with the Uber. Sandblast is going in on Dingo. He picks up a frag. We have a huge air shot onto Chair User.
Chunky, for some reason, single deading on the sentry, but eventually it goes down, and they're able to take that point. If you're a Devo in that position, just lay a few down in that, as the, I think that was Phelps on Engineer, was able to keep it up for quite a long time, but nonetheless, the half cleaned up, a 3-2 lead for Hell's Kitchen and Friends going into the second half of a pretty tight game. Readying up pretty quick, so let's get a glance at the stats while we have a chance. Who do you think fragged out? I saw a lot of work from Sandblast in that game.
Yeah, I was gonna say it has to be Sandblast. There's no way it's not Sandblast. He was getting basically every one of those cleanup frags in an Uber constantly. There's so many times I saw him get 2 or 3 kills pretty quickly back to back after Chunky either decimated everyone or Trip got a bomb in or Marmaloo got a bomb in. Or not Marmaloo, Ash.
Yep, and indeed you were right. Sandblast and Trip sort of carrying the load of damage and frags for their team. Also getting healed significantly more than the rest of the members, but putting out sufficient work for the cause. Looks like Dingo holding down the defense for Turbine, the top damage dealer. Other than that, the frag split pretty evenly amongst Bring Back Turbine.
Looks like AIM is asking us, who do we want to win? I have been personally rooting for Hell's Kitchen here. I've been really excited to see how much they've been progressing these last few weeks. I think they've actually been improving a fair amount from when I first watched them a few weeks ago. I can't remember what map it was right now. Let's see here.
Good to see neither medic also dropped in that first half, as both these medics a little bit quick to the trigger with their play. And while Daffodil has had a few drops this season, I think he's actually got the most in invite with 10 so far. Not usually great, but he's put up a solid game so far today. Medics may not flex the big guns as much as other players, but they can definitely deliver clutch moments or cost you in certain ones.
I think my STV is breaking yet again. Oh god, this has been an ongoing issue, but I have Phantom Ubered right now and not healing anyone, not doing anything, and it's been going on for way too long.
Yeah. Hopefully the reset of the second half gets you fixed. Fortunately, it's been fine for me. And it looks like our cast has also been just fine with regards to STV issues. But yeah, I think I like the aggression I've seen out of Hell's Kitchen, sort of owning up to their aggressive avatar as well of the distorted Gordon Ramsay. I'm a big fan of that one personally. It's got to be the best avatar in Invite. Or at least in the discussion for it.
Sandblast says Chunky is restarting, so looks like we have a fair bit of time going on here before we continue into the next half. So how well has been who's been really doing a lot of work for Turbine DM in terms of frags?
Well, Dingo's always been a solid and great demo, and no exception for them here is damage wise and frag wise. In that first half, he was doing fine, and throughout the season, he's been one of their guys. But really, they have a lot of talented DM on their roster, so you'll see different players have great moments all the time on that team. You know, Marm and Max, also with some spectacular DM themselves. Remember last time I was watching the meat market and Turbine on Metalworks cast, Marm had a number of fairly impressive air shots, so he's always good for some of those.
Yeah, when you're actually looking at the frag differential between the two teams, it really starts to show that Hell's Kitchen is actually getting better a lot of these fights here, especially when they're also getting about 3,800 more damage. I'm not particularly seeing too much exactly why Hell's Kitchen is getting out ahead of Turbine DM here, mostly because I feel like both the teams are making the same mistake of they give each other a whole lot of respect at times when I feel like they really shouldn't, because there was a few times where we actually saw that the team pushing into Laz actually had like 40, 50 ad, and the other team was down 2 players, but they ended up waiting to push for long enough that both those players came back up, and their 40, 50 ad became like 10 to 20.
Yeah, one thing that you do have to be careful of that it could contribute to the reason for that happening on Granary is when you lose players on this map while you're pushing forward, you definitely have to respect the tremendous amount of space that you need to travel across when respawning. So sometimes they might have 6 players up, but they know that there's not actually 6 players ready just because they have to walk all the way from second to last or something. And that comes into play a lot more on Granary, I feel like, than on other maps, just because of its massive size. And the fact you have to navigate through second, which is like in an entirely closed area. You can't just rocket jump straight through it. Unlike like Process or other maps. Well, we got a few minutes to fill here. It is time for me to start looking at everyone's cosmetics. So what I like to do. Let's see, is anyone rocking some flare in this one? Got a little bit on Daffodil. He's got some kind of floating heart's head, I think. Those medics always have unusuals.
I'm currently trying to fix my STV yet again here.
Yeah, nothing a reconnect couldn't help with. Hopefully. Nice. Pete saying that Sandblast is going to drive to Ash's place. Apparently they live right next to each other. Interesting to see Ash playing. I guess he was a backup for their team and they needed him to step in today. Did make that brief return last season, but eventually that team decided not to come back.
Alright, I am actually finally back into the STV now. Hopefully, I will avoid all the issues I have been seeing, such as Ubered medics who are not actually using Uber.
And if not, then you'll just always think an Uber is going on and cast accordingly.
Yeah, that full
I see
push
no
that was
problems with
happening
that.
through Z, where I was calling an Uber happening through, I was just like, wait a minute, how are they popping again here about 6 seconds after they just finished popping Uber? How is this happening? And yeah, no, that's probably the most confused I've been in probably about 2 or 3 months now.
Looks like the ready is finally starting to come in. Maybe we'll get that second half started in a moment here. But yeah, maybe they have that secret technique of they just sort of spam pause and unpause so fast that no one notices, and then they have Uber the whole time. Obviously, an exploit that cannot be done in the ESEA.
All right, so I didn't quite see how many people got to be readied up here. Looks like everyone is in the server, though. It really can't be too much longer at this point. Looks like we have all the players on both teams currently moving around. Yeah, Max is moving, Dingo's moving.
But as we have seen so far, the mids are definitely dictating the rounds pretty well, as they normally do on Granary. It's so hard to actually come out of last or second and push all the way back around. Here we go with the second half. I'm going to take a look at Sandblast Cam, as he has been ready and willing in the cleanup role. Picking up a lot of frags on these mids. Usually he goes up top. Let's see what he does this time.
I'm gonna get myself onto the Dingo Cam here. He's going up top yet again here, as he has basically every one of these mids so far. Looks like he actually takes a sticky this time here. He has the trap that he had before onto the med pack. He's getting a decent amount of damage over these crates here. We have a high bomb coming in.
Sandblast 2 clicks onto Mason and he goes down. Gets the kill on the Phelps as well before finally dying to Max. Max looking to clean up Trip here and take this mid for CTF, and he will do just that. No medics alive, but CTF manages to snag the mid here, so they'll have a pretty big advantage in terms of getting this round. And Marm creeping up. Let's see if they're gonna try and sneak in, take second, maybe. How fast are these respawners coming?
Looks like we do have a crits out.
Yeah, it looks like yeah, Phantom did switch to crits on the respawn there, so maybe that's part of the idea of being aggressive early. But that crits into the second point. I don't know. I guess it depends on where Hell's Kitchen is playing. If they're sort of at the shutters, that's going to be a difficult crits. If they're forward, though, they can get a lot of free kills. Let's see. Gonna go up top.
Oh, no! Ash gets in behind and picks up the frag onto Phantom. Oh, man.
Where was Ash hiding? Did you catch him? Was he in the drop down?
Honestly, I couldn't even see players. I was watching the kill feed.
And now Daffodil goes down to Max, who just walked in right shutter. Oh my goodness. Chaos for both medics. Is he gonna respawn crits? Let's see. Doesn't look like it this time.
I think my STV is reaching next level broken yet again here. People are teleporting at least like 40, 50 feet at a time for me right now.
Oh, back onto Uber here, and pretty even Ubers. Sandblast on Engineer, Pete on Sniper. Sort of peeking that deep back right angle in case the shutter opens. So, what does CTF have in mind here? They're all sort of bunkered down up top. They don't really have an ad this time. Looks like they're having a team party on the balcony there. Oh, I guess they are going. The 10% ad, they try to get in there. Not getting any kills with the Uber though. This could backfire on them. Oh, they got off the point! And cycling through spawn and... Oh my god, CTF able to take the round. I am not sure exactly what was going on there with Hell's Kitchen. They had so many players coming through spawn trying to kite the Uber, and they only needed to get 10%. I think if they just built near the shutter, they would have been fine and come out there and Ubered, but between not being able to contest the point and taking the long route to rotate, not actually able to save the round. We have a 3-3 game here. Dingo up top, taking a lot of early damage on this mid. But he is getting healed up now from Phantom. Mid again playing out pretty slow. Mason with a deep bomb. Here's the follow-up spam.
Oh, Ash is actually getting onto Phantom. My STV actually finally starts to decide to work as I see that massive bomb come in. Looks like this is a fairly even exchange between the two teams here, but it's slowly going in favor of Hell's Kitchen, actually. I was about to say Turbine DM, but Marmaloo is coming in to fight two scouts on his own at the moment, but Dingo
Sandblast up
is
on the crates, playing it safe. Both Dingo and Marmaloo. Oh my god, this is crazy. Sandblast. Oh, he's so swole. He's gonna take the mid on his own, and he finishes off Dingo with the pistol. Whew. That was a wild mid.
Yeah, that was pretty nuts. I saw Ash jump from garage right over the crates and then pop the medic up and then air shot from above.
Yeah, great direct air shot there by Ash to finish off the medic. And it could have been a lot worse if they didn't get that.
Hell's Kitchen's actually pushing through yard right now and then crossing back over to the other side to push Turbine DM through second here. Trip had from just a little bit there, peek through Z just to try to see if he could get a frag and did not get anything from it. Turbine DM is setting up here on the second point, and we are going to be seeing another short, hopefully short-lived stalemate. I believe Turbine DM might be able to push back out of this here.
Yeah, another stalemate here. Well, it's tough to get into second if those stickies are in a good spot, and looks like Dingo's got them again in that lower garage area, which leaves only Z and Shutter and Lunchbox. Ash coming through Lunchbox, getting some spam onto both soldiers from CTF. But he's gonna go back and hug that health kit and retreat into yard.
I think we might have a Z-push going on here from Turbine DM. They are currently out in yard right now, but Phantom is not with his team, opting to just play it safe and not use Uber early here and give advantage here to Hell's Kitchen.
I don't know if one player is enough to really force the issue on Granary, unless you can get out completely cleanly, and as soon as both soldiers got spammed there, they sort of knew. Just back up and reset. Alright, let's see where Trip and, looks like Sandblast and Pete, all of them looking to come through the Lunchbox area. Again, they know lower garage is sticky. They're not even bothering with that. Trip looked like he was AFK there for a minute, just kind of standing still.
Pete got in behind, was able to pick up a frag onto Marmalou here, but he ends up dying to Phelps. And we might be seeing Turbine DM. They're pushing out here. They're currently in the right-hand yard for themselves, trying to fight across this little corridor here. And just kind of exchanging spam and backing up into their second point here again.
Yep, another reset. Marmalou on Spy. Is he just checking? Yeah, he's just checking. He's coming up back on Soldier. But no off classes for either side yet. He knew Pete had died though, and potentially could have respawned as an off class. So, in a 3-3 game here, really not much pressure on either side to force any issues. See which team is gonna bend or break here and give some opportunities to the other.
Pete's on Sniper. I know he's out of that spawn.
Really delayed one, and also we got Phelps on Spy in the drop down. He's just sitting in the drop down right now. He's gonna come out of drop down and see Pete sniping right next to him, but he's opting to go for, I guess, greener pastures. He wants to find a medic. But now he's on the right side, skulking Ash. See if Ash has his volume turned up, or if he's listening to loud rap music. If we ever get an unpause, that is, because I believe we have another one.
Yeah, I was about to say, it's like either STV just crashed hard for me or is paused yet again.
That's another pause, which I mean, maybe it happened at the end of a round, but I guess we'll just have to wait and see.
The end of a round. I would say with the way things are currently set up, that probably means Hell's Kitchen actually closed out this round. I don't think it's impossible for Turbine DM to have, you know, pushed all the way across from their second to Hell's Kitchen's last, but I can't really see how that's happening in under a minute and a half on this map.
Yeah, unlikely to happen if that's the case, but I mean, they could have paused at any moment. Who knows? Not the most exciting. At least we have Dingo in midair. It's always fun to watch the demo man paddle when he's in midair during a pause. Other than that, oh, we do get an unpause here. It looks like it was fairly brief. Pete looking like he is trying to come through Z. That's not a great sniper angle.
We actually had Phelps on Spy, and he picked up a frag there onto Trip. And he's actually going to get out, and I'm presuming that he's going to switch back off. And I'll have to play it invincible for me.
Pete the body shot on the max. Marm coming through the drop down. He's going to get Pete. Get a little revenge there. Ash, the only one on his team forward, and Marm going to get some free rockets onto him as well. A couple kills picked up. Sandblast trades back, and now Phelps the pickup onto Sandblast. Numbers in favor of CTF here. Only 2 up. They're running. It's only Trip and Daffodil. Daffodil's leaving. Trip looks like he bought enough time to get the medic out. Stopping for the health kit, but he is going to make it out as Pete picks him up. Now they're coming back in to contest mid a little bit.
Yeah, I think Hell's Kitchen is probably going to have to back out on this one, but I am wrong. Turbine DM actually gives this up, and
yep, there's that issue I was talking about. When you trade players on both sides, the team pushing on Granary is at a player disadvantage because of those large distances that they have to walk when they're respawning.
Pete is distracting both Marmalou and I believe that was Sandblast going all the way back. Not Sandblast.
It's Phelps, and yeah, Pete's still alive, and he's crossing over the point here. He's gonna find 2 players now. It looks like he'll finally get cleaned up. Not great timing as Chunky also goes down simultaneously, and that's going to give CTF an opening to come into mid here. Daffodil and Sandblast holding close at the garage. Uber exchanged. Both sides going to have to use a slightly better one for Hell's Kitchen, but with the player advantage, they are going to just have to retreat. Not a fight that they can even begin to take. It would have been a 6v4. And mid turns over, which is something you do not see very often on Granary. With that, the round advantage goes to CTF. Let's see if they can find their way into yard, into second here. Keep this momentum. They're edging their way through garage.
Oh, Phantom actually got down pretty low on health here. But we're seeing this a lot of trepidation coming out from Turbine DM here on this left side. And now they're actually crossing over to the right side. They have all 6 of their players over here. They've caught out Chunky. They're going to pick him up. And they're going to be moving into this second point real quick here. Pete is up top right now, and so is Trip, and they are both going to back out here. But Pete actually gets caught in and dies.
They lost Daffodil too. Ash behind them here trying to stop the cap or contest it. He's gonna die too, and that's just a clean round. They lost too many players there, including their medic. No chance to really defend, and that's a 4-3 lead for CTF.
Yep, I got proven completely wrong. That pause was for Turbine DM getting that round.
He said it couldn't happen. They proved Comanglia wrong. Here we go on to what could be the final round or the penultimate one here. Chunky rolling out lower again. Dingo up top beats him there. Gets the sticky on the health kit. Sight we are familiar seeing on this mid. Let's see here. Playing it slow. Lots of spam on the Dingo. He's pretty low health.
We have the bombs coming out from both Marmalou and Ash on opposing teams here. Phantom is really low health. We see Daffodil go down. Sandblast is down. But both teams have picked up 2 players from the other team so far.
Yep, Phantom's still alive. If they can ball up with their medic here, they're in a good shot to win the mid. It looks like that's exactly what they're going to do. However, that's 3 players all backing up.
Pete opting in.
I was going to say, where's Pete? There he is.
Yet again, get in behind. He's in the garage right now. He's going back around.
I think he wants Marm or Phelps. I don't know what he's doing in the yard otherwise. They know he's back there. Even Dingo's got sticky traps in the garage area looking for him. He's just sitting at the drop down, I guess. Alright, well, we'll see if Pete makes his presence felt here in a moment.
Well,
as CTF going on without him.
On mid. Directly behind him right now. He's actually going to go through the garage.
Phelps looking for him. They actually don't see him in left yard here, though. He's going to come right behind Dingo.
Turbine DM actually pops Uber here onto the second point. They are kind of pushing into last here, but Phantom is already backing out. It looks like Max is caught in here. And we have Max go down, and we are now seeing an exchange come out from Hell's Kitchen here, and Marmalou goes down. Sandblast is pushing into the second point. Dingo is quickly trying to escape.
Good job by Sandblast taking a good Uber and picking up 2 frags that their team really needed there. That could have been the entire match over right there. And now they're gonna try to get second, but they lose Trip. Dingo just so much damage traveling down that second point. Can't miss anything in that area. And they've got the big heavy coming out with the Tomislav.
Oh, yes. And now we see the heavy going up through Lunchbox, eating his lunch. I'm kidding, no. He's actually going all the way through. He's going to be going up top here. And I'm going to assume that we're going to see an Uber any moment now coming out of Turbine DM with a heavy following up here on pipes.
But Max is so low, he's not going to be able to do anything unless he gets all this Uber. He goes back. No one's with the medic on the Uber. Phantom just goes down. Everyone bailed, and they left their medic to just die.
This Putis was underutilized, but he's currently hiding right now, just waiting.
Mason just sitting with the Tomislav upper. He's waiting for a victim to come out, and Trip is going to be the victim. Here he comes. Let's see. He checks. He sees the Put.
Oh, Mason dropped down just a second too late. If he dropped down just a tiny bit earlier, he would have gotten Sandblast there and a ton of damage onto Chunky there.
Yeah, really just no shame for Mason. They're hiding in the top balcony area. Oh man, I get nightmares of Dust Bolt from that. Anyway, we gotta reset here, and CTF. They still have the heavy, and one thing I do like is that they put one of their soldiers on heavy. I know you see a lot of Scout off classes, but remember guys, Scout is the best class in this game, right? So why would you want them off classing? Well, let's see what they try with the heavy here. Is this going to be like try to get an Uber exchange in and then walk your Put in on one of the sides, or what's the plan? I guess the plan is another pause. We know this one's not at the end of a round, or is it?
Well, if it is, it means Hell's Kitchen won it because the game would be over.
I was gonna say, if it's the end of a round, it sure isn't a round where CTF won, and they're the ones pushing here. So just to build the end of this match to the climax it deserves, multiple pauses are in order. We got both scouts of CTF floating here, one of them just off the balcony, the other one sort of halfway up towards the balcony. They make a little scout staircase up.
And we have the Putis in lunchbox, his natural habitat, staring longingly at the lunchbox. He's so close, yet so far away. He's so hungry.
Inside of most lunchboxes holds a sandwich, and he is excited at that prospect.
He's only had 273 health.
No hats on Mason's Heavy. That a big mark off the gameplay in my mind is the bald head exposed.
He can't even use the excuse for Spies checking off class either because he has the Tomislav.
I mean, I guess we must have had like a disconnect issue or something. In a close match, they probably want to pause right away if anyone disconnected, so it could explain what's going on here. No one really typing anything in chat ahead of time, so I'm sure we'll find out when it happens.
Simbless had mentioned earlier that Chunky was having some internet issues. If that is the case, this is looking very, very scary for Hell's Kitchen.
Yeah, indeed, down to their last defense here.
I think we have Pete going back here into spawn for an off class too. Not 100% sure on this, but
probably see an engineer. It's so good defending last.
I feel like it's too late for an engineer build potentially here. Then again, both teams are holding Uber, so probably not. I guess he could get away with it given how much respect these teams have given each other for these last pushes at times.
It's like Ash trying to jump into that upper balcony area with the pill bottle. You see most roamers like to hang out there to hold upper, either that or the high pipe area. Here they have trip on the high pipe as well. But yeah, I mean, one of those reasons it's just so hard to push granary last is if you get those spamming classes locking down at least 3 of the entranceways. I mean, there's only 4, and they're all tiny chokes. So couple that with the fact that you have to make it quite a long distance to the point, and it's a formidable last. So what do you think, Comanglia? What does Hell's Kitchen have to do here to turn this around? How are they going to get off of defending their last? They have the Uber, so at least they're not at a disad here.
They're going to have to pick up at least 2 large frags without dropping anyone, or basically get a Pyrrhic victory where 1 or 2 of their players survive and everyone on Turbine DM dies.
Yeah, I mean, you do see a lot of those wipes when you're trying to push last if the defense is good on this map, just because, I mean, you really have to commit to the fight once you're in. There's no leaving granary last because of how deep you have to get to actually fight the other team. So, I mean, wiping is a possibility. It looks like finally we get the unpause here after only a few-minute break.
We can see for ourselves. The lunchbox. What?
Plan is Pete actually opting for sniper as well.
Right, so we have Pete here coming in, and he's looking at the right side of, well, from his perspective, the right shutter. Ash is sitting there, ready to open it. Looks like he missed his shot onto Dingo.
Yep, double sack coming in there. Not going to get anything. Mason perched up top with Phantom. That's going to be his spot, and if their medic gets forced, it's on him. He's jumping down though, and they're actually going to take an Uber here. And this is going to be a lot of flashing from Daffodil as the Poot gets right in the face of everyone. What's going to happen after this though? Obviously the Heavy can't chase, and he's just going to go down actually.
Oh, that. I was about to say, this is looking like it might actually turn out in favor of Turbine DM. Marvelous in behind him, though. They do not know. He's going in for this last point here.
I think it's too late for the back cap if they stack 5. Yep, it's too late.
Marmaloo also had the potential of just going right in on the medic there from up above, behind there. And honestly, I think he would have got the frag if he went for it.
And how about Chunky turning the switch on to full farm there? He got it. At least I saw 3 kills with his pills over there. Got a lot of farm damage onto that Heavy post Uber and picked up that frag as well. And I mean, you said what they needed to do. They did it. Here they come. They took mid, and they're looking to inch their way into yard, and we got a game.
Looks like they're going to be opting to push through garage here. And we're seeing them go all the way to the far left side like we've seen time and time and again. Are they going to cross over this time, or are they going to go through Z? We actually have a frag from Phelps onto Ash here.
Phelps in the forward spawn picks up Ash on the boiler there. That's one kill. That's huge.
We also see an Uber exchange going on here on the second point. Looks like it's currently going in favor of Turbine DM. Hell's Kitchen is backing out as fast as they possibly can. Pete is trying to delay Turbine DM as much as he could, and his teammates are going to get out, and we're going to see an Uber ad for Hell's Kitchen.
Yeah, you saw Marm thought about chasing there, but with the forward spawns coming in for Hell's Kitchen and not actually seeing the medic anywhere, he heard him in garage, but opted just to take that health kit and not continue the chase. But mid gets transferred once again, and it's so hard to take mid that this is a big deal. Once again, the round shifts towards CTF's favor here as the nearly full team wipe from Hell's Kitchen pushes them back to defending second.
Looks like we have Dingo like AFK over here on mid, so this might be related to why something a pause. Not sure what's up with that.
Yeah, I didn't actually see if there was a pause message. Yep, there's the logout. Waiting on Dingo. And look, he's back. Look at how fast that was. It's like a pause never even happened, right?
So, we get to see the good old classic granary stalemate here, but this time between mid and second rather than second and last.
Yeah, and last time this didn't end up going so well for Hell's Kitchen. And why? Because they weren't holding the chokes very well. And again, Marmalou gets in for free and gets that bomb clean off, not able to get Daffodil there. But really, that was as clean a look as you can get coming through the flank. I'd like to see them defend that with at least a soldier spamming so that Marm can't just waddle in right away without taking any damage. But no harm there as Pete switching on to Spy himself, maybe trying to make an opportunity for his team.
We have a Pete being sneaky like on Spy. He is standing perfectly still. Now he's actually going to go in. All right.
He was on Dead Ringer earlier. Looks like he switched off. Or no, that was Max on Dead Ringer earlier. So Pete's got the loadout correct, and he's just standing on mid. Blue Spy blending perfectly into that blue crate, in addition to being invisible. So they can't see him for two reasons. And he's got to come all the way around through garage if he wants even a chance at getting Phantom, because he's standing on the blue crate himself. I mean, that's look, if Phantom drops to a Spy here, I don't know what to say. There's only one way, and no one's looking back there.
Turbine DM has to be expecting this at this point. We do see Phantom constantly turning around here every few seconds. And it looks like Marmalou just bumps into him. Poor Pete.
Oh, he grabs the health kit, but does get collected by Mason. Look, it was a noble attempt, right?
Yeah, no, I mean, he did delay them. They got a bit confused there for a moment, and they all kind of gave up position, but looks like Hell's Kitchen didn't really try to take any advantages they could get off of that. I think they could have snuck someone in through choke or something like that, but...
Yeah, and again, yeah, just no one really actively spamming choke from Hell's Kitchen, and I really think that could be exploited by CTF if they choose to continue to send Marm that way. Got a real clean look last time. Ash sacks in himself, didn't manage to get anything there. And it looks like this time we got Phelps switching on to Sniper as well. Let's see what he brings to the table here and where he's going to make this peak. What's the angle from mid on to second? Is it through choke only, or... I mean, the choke hasn't been well defended. He'll get his shot at someone here.
In terms of angle, other than the sightline that's literally in garage looking out through the door, you pretty much have to go for a shot that is nigh impossible unless you're trying to pick up a scout or soldier hiding on that roof.
Body shot onto Sandblast there, doesn't end up picking up the kill despite doing what looked like to be a nearly full 150 body shot. And now they're well aware of the Sniper. They're not going to let him get in through choke again with a peek that much. Just put a soldier there. Just have your demo watch garage, put a soldier on choke, and go from there. But for some reason, they're opting to keep Sandblast there, and I have to think that if Phelps wants to, he could just keep peeking choke. And, I mean, until the entire team rotates, he'll get at least one shot off.
Yeah, it looks like he's actually in garage right now, kind of holding really far back here. He actually has a pretty decent sight line onto the far right roof at times, so potentially he could get somebody that actually goes there. But otherwise, he seems like he's going to be relegated to a more defensive kind of role rather than actually trying to break the stalemate with an offensive kind of push.
It's a Marm sack, and they're not waiting here, CTF.
He gets the shot on Ash.
Hell's Kitchen. They wanted to go right away. Oh, Ash got crushed by something. I don't know.
He also gets the shot onto Pete, but he's not picking up anything from it other than some damage.
Those shots still deter to push, though, so that's something. They had a player advantage there. But good job from Sandblast and Pete there. Actually, we're watching the choke. Marm did not get a clean entrance at all. That time he had very little health when he bombed, and it definitely affected things. But doing a better job watching the choke. Here's Phelps getting another wide peek, though. Getting a chance.
Oh, he almost goes down there. That was a pretty coordinated spam onto him there. I believe you got hit with 2 rockets more or less at the same time. And it looks like we are seeing
Get a comment in the chat, everyone getting sub 200 DPM. Well, combination of granary stalemates plus 3 pauses, that'll do it, you know. Those pauses, remember, bringing down those DPM numbers in the statistics of ESEA. Phelps does land a shot onto Ash. Let's see if that's going to be enough to push off of. Max going down to the trap over garage.
Phelps does 19. Okay, there we go. He's now getting the hills. Hell's Kitchen is playing this a little bit awkwardly, in my opinion, here. They're really, really close, and now they actually have only one person watching garage at the moment. Pete is playing this in a way, though, that it doesn't seem to really matter that he was the only one there. We actually have a pop come out from Turbine DM.
This is a committed push. Uber exchanged. Not so good for Mason. He's going to jump the crate, but everyone looking at him, he's just going to get mowed down. Rest of his team completely leaving there, and that's going to be mid swapping over to Hell's Kitchen. Once again, they're back foot against the wall. They push back. They're getting a chance here. They're coming right into yard. They're going to at least take that space.
Phelps is on sniper into forward spawn there. Getting a couple shots in on Pete.
And that push
he's
worked.
Gonna switch off now.
That push working well for Hell's Kitchen because of the double sack. I don't know. I think a double sack a little bit risky on granary mid into second. I don't know if they intended to sack 2 or not. I didn't actually see what caught the second player.
Looks like Hell's Kitchen is going in right now. Ooh, Daff is so hurt. Gets out though, and Marmalu's in behind them too.
Oh, and is that a charge shot? I think it was.
No, he jumped in.
Still, 2 clean kills with that last rocket he got off before going down. Very nice. And that's going to deter any effort of pushing from Hell's Kitchen. You give plenty of time for Max to get that sentry back up to level 3, sitting right in the middle of the point. We go back to the puzzle that is Granary last with Marmalu on Spy. We've seen some spy play. Let's just leave it at that. We've seen some spy play in this game.
Marmalu is just doing the off-class check.
Yeah, Marmalu not actually breaking it out here, just doing the off-class check.
Max is constantly moving this sentry gun. Hopefully this is going up in a way that he's just kind of making... Yeah, Hell's Kitchen is spamming the wrong place to begin with here. Chunky does still end up getting the sentry gun anyway, but he dies for it.
I think there's not too much time actually left at this point, so for Hell's Kitchen, the clock is a factor. I think, what, 4.5 minutes left, something like that? So they're gonna have to eventually make an attempt to push this last. That's all or nothing, but they can definitely pick their way into a spot that they like for a few minutes here. Plenty of time so far.
Why did Pete ran all the way back to mid? Why? I feel very confused.
I don't know. Maybe he thought he bumped a spy or something. like a lag in the server and he thought it was a spy. I don't know.
Well, I mean, Marmalou is on spy again, but that. Oh, he almost actually left spawn a spy. But
A
he's
couple of
back on
sacks
soldier.
here. You do get Dingo with those sacks, so maybe that will deter CTF from giving a legitimate attempt to push out. Tough to do without a demo man.
He is going in here on the left side, spamming out the sentry gun. Does not end up getting it.
A third kill, and now fourth one on Chunky here. Lots of frags. This should be enough for CTF to push out and take second. See how much they try to snowball this with a 4-3 lead if they're going to try and come into mid. Actually, no, we're going to have an Uber pop onto Pete and Ash trying to contest the point here. To get the exchange, they're going to have to run, though. They don't have players. I hope they realize this. They are getting out of yard, it looks like.
Oh boy, we have a big jump in from Dingo. He does not actually get to trap anyone off here, though.
Too much hesitation, though. I mean, they took a lot of damage there. Looks like it won't make a difference in this case, but I mean, that's an opportunity you're giving the other team to kill your medic or to pick up more frags. Now they're trying to come right back into yard. They do get through garage without taking much damage. Ash super low on choke.
They are
Pick on the
stacking
max.
hard here. They're actually going to be pushing all the way through with the 3 players that they have, and while their teammates are super low health behind them, Marmalou actually gets Pete here.
And now he's gonna have to deal with Sandblast, full health. Arm picking up health kits on mid. Being a nuisance for sure, but Sandblast does pick up the kill. And Pete, man, he could have been a little patient there, I think, gotten some health and taken his time. So yeah, another chance here for Hell's Kitchen. Marm down, they're trying to come right in. Uber's exchanged on the point. Sandblast feeling things out, going now after Phelps. Gonna take the fight in Lunchbox. Nope, backing up. Another reset here in yard.
Looks like we're going to have a Lunchbox push possibly here.
It's gonna be only a minute and a half left, so they really probably are feeling the time pressure now. Sandblast looking antsy. I'm on his POV here. Chunky pushing in from the side. He's gonna sticky everyone off.
He
This
gets
should
so
be
much damage in. Phantom is pretty low health.
a good second take. Now you got a minute and 20 seconds to get last, but they lose 3 people. Both sides losing 3 actually. Both medics staying alive though, so we're gonna have a 3v3 fight on the point or near it. And now Phantom and CTF deciding, let's just defend last and not take any risks now.
Looks like we actually have the Uber coming out here from Hell's Kitchen. They get the Uber exchange to come out from Turbine DM. Marmalou is currently fighting up top here.
They're fighting without most of their players and they're just gonna lose everyone. Oof. Still 43 seconds, plenty of time. They need to back up, get respawners, and just plow forward. That's really their only shot here. I think they rushed that a little too much. They still had Sandblast and Ash respawning. Totally not a part of that fight. It's just a 6v4. And now Ash dying in the flank as well, trying to make something happen. And it's looking like that's going to be the match. Looks like we have a 4-3 with 20 seconds left. Last ditch effort, but it's going to be a team wipe here.
Chunky in the demo 1v1. And we're seeing Turbine DM just kind of clean everything up at the moment.
Yep, GG's coming out here. And indeed it was a very close fought 4-3 win for CTF. And they really came back after being down 3-2 at the end of the first half.
Yep, that was a very good game. Unfortunately, I was constantly having issues with my STV.
Well, the STV issues that haunt your dreams are over here, so we can turn to pleasant thoughts. That is the stats.
All right, let's see if anyone broke 200 DPM.
I see a few people breaking 200 DPM, but yeah, with those pauses, I mean, it ended up being drawn out to an hour and 12 minutes of actual time. At least 15 of that, probably like 10 or 15 was in pauses, so.
Yeah, Mason at 217 DPM with our top damage.
Yep,
indeed,
and
the top frag.
Yeah, and actually, with the victory pulled off by Turbine, they also ended up reclaiming the frag lead in that second half, despite being down almost 20 at half. So They really were crisp with the DM and the fights in that second half the whole way. But big 40 frags coming out for Sandblast on that pocket scout roll, getting healed just as much as Trip. And pretty even for Turbine DM.
Yeah, I was about to say the heal spread for Turbine DM is a lot more even than it is for Hell's Kitchen. Hell's Kitchen greatly favored Sandblast and Trip, and everyone else was fractional. Like everyone else combined is probably actually less than either Sandblast or Trip.
Yep, and no drops from either medic, so good job from both of them. Some solid gameplay. I didn't notice any aberrations in that department, although despite Phantom dying 5 more times, the victory did come for Bring Back Turbine. And yeah, I guess you can see that more on Granary than on other maps where the medic deaths maybe not quite as crucial as other maps, just because, I mean, Uber out doesn't really mean as much on Granary. But yeah, really a back and forth hard fought game, and it was fun to watch despite those pauses. So for Bring Back Turbine, that's going to bring them up to 4-2, and for Hell's Kitchen, knock them down to 3-4. And with Meat Market losing earlier in the night, that's also going to push Turbine into that 4th spot. So they got to be thinking playoffs.
Definitely, I think that is the main thing that they're looking forward to at this point. Looks like Hell's Kitchen's up for some fun stuff here in their next coming matches, Ascent and Froyotech.
A bit of a tough pill to swallow in those 2 matchups.
While yeah, Turbine DM has Terror Squad and Mentality coming up as well. Oh, and looks like possibly a rescheduled Froyotech match as well.
Yeah, I mean, Froyotech Mentality, the top 2 teams in Invite, so looks like both of those guys have a pretty tough schedule in the upcoming weeks. We'll see if either of them can sneak in a win or 2 and increase their odds of making that 4th playoff spot and taking it. I think that just about wraps up everything we're doing here. Definitely want to say thank you for everyone tuning in tonight to this cast. Big shout out to Looster on production as well. Give us some emote love for the big Looster, holding down the camera through the pauses in the trenches. And yeah, anyone you want to shout out, Comanglia? He's got a beautiful stream. I'm going to shout out Comanglia's stream. Make sure you check into that, Twitch TV/Comanglia, I assume.
Yes, that is correct. I would like to shout out Try for getting us the STV relay pretty quickly there, right before the match started. Without him, this would not have actually happened because the regular STV was broken.
Yep, thank you, Try and ESEA, for being responsive as always with that GoTV relay that they supply. As for everyone else, tune in to TFTV streams, YouTube, and the website for more productions and content throughout the rest of the season. Looster throwing the plug in there. All the links in the stream. Thanks again, guys, for tuning in. I am Skyrolla, joined with Comanglia and Looster.
Thank you. Have a good night, everyone.